Hey guys, I know it's been a long time since I made a video, but now school's done for the semester, so I thought I'd get back to it with an era I think is very much underrated in the Godzilla series. That's the Showa era. And I'm going to be talking about the most powerful monster in the Showa era, King Ghidorah. You might be surprised that it's Ghidorah and not Godzilla, but we'll get into that. To start off, let's talk about his attack potency. A lot of people only cite that he is a life wiper because of the statement that he destroyed the civilization of Venus within a day. However, most statements regarding this actually say that he destroyed the planet. In the films and all extra materials, say he destroyed planet Venus. Some even say he smashed it, like breaking it against the surface. And that he would do the same to Earth. This would make him, at the very bare minimum, planetary. Now, how he destroyed Venus is up for debate, of course, as we don't see it. Going off the smashed statement, it could be assumed he at least violently fragmented it, or pulverized it into small pieces. Assuming he could do this to Earth, this would mean that he could output between 59.44 zetatons to 67.5 zetatons, using the graviton destruction and molecular obliterating 13.985 tenatons, or small star level, just for destroying the Earth. And it's implied that due to his character, that he is holding back immensely. With multipliers, we know that by the end of the series, due to Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, King Caesar, and Zone Fighter monsters, that the series has gone through a power creep of about 50,000 times. Multiplied for the total series, Showa King Ghidorah being at the bare minimum dwarf star level, if not solar system level, using the high end, to which Ghidorah scales, as he is still considered the most powerful monster of all. And it took the combined forces of Godzilla, Gorosaurus, and Gearus to bring down end-of-series King Ghidorah. In the manga, it's even more impressive, as all 10 kaiju actually attack Ghidorah at the same time, and he is able to fight them off pretty evenly. For further statements, it is said outright in Zone Fighter, the second generation King Ghidorah, which is weaker, slower, and is overall less applicable for battle in every sense of the word, is able to control a prism that was going to absorb the entire sun, draining its shine and rendering Zone Fighter weak. This Showa King Ghidorah, which isn't the one we're talking about here, gets lammed by Godzilla numerous times, and Zone Fighter even breaks its neck. But we know that in space, it is stated that Ghidorah is outright invincible, unrivaled. We also know after the series that Godzilla, reflecting upon all of his foes, said he'd be the most apprehensive and wary to fight King Ghidorah, and that he is horrified of the thought of fighting him one-on-one. Despite Godzilla constantly training, evolving new powers, and getting stronger, he's just no match for the King of Terror. For higher feats, we have Ghidorah in both first and second generation being stated just objectively to be stronger than any supernova. He's invincible in space, meaning that the black hole would not be able to kill him. The black hole in the Showa era is composed of hundreds of dying stars, making it at least large star to solar system size, perhaps even greater than that. Ghidorah would scale above this dozens, maybe hundreds of times over, placing him solidly in solar system level. Second gen King Ghidorah is stated to be able to bring the greatest destruction, despite the fact that its owners, the Garagas, have nuclear weapons capable of obliterating gas giant planets with large star results, to which only for Godzilla and Zone Fighter by the Megalon movie, and before versus Mechagodzilla, to be able to pummel, rip apart, and kill. For speed, there are dozens of statements that kaiju shoot light attacks. Ghidorah, Godzilla, Hedorah, Mechagodzilla, etc. They all fire beams of light, so they shoot at least light speed attacks. As for flight speed in space, in his meteor form, Ghidorah goes 30,000 light years within, at most, a day, if not a few hours, perhaps a few minutes. Using this, he is billions of times the speed of light. Considering Ghidorah gets even faster as he gets stronger and fights faster versions of the monsters, he would be likely even greater. But how much is hard to quantify. This is consistent as Gigan is also able to make the same trip, and monsters can tag Gigan like Godzilla, who blatantly tags Gigan with his atomic breath, which Ghidorah can sometimes even dodge and block. As for durability, King Ghidorah should just scale to his attack potency or even greater, as the second gen Ghidorah fires all 3 gravity beams, only for them to strike his stomach and him to just do a little dance, implying it hurt maybe a little bit. Ghidorah has also shrugged off Godzilla's atomic breath, attacks from Rodan, Mothra, Gorosaurus's kick, and again, is invincible to all things we have seen in space. That includes the Garuga nuke, that includes the Showa black hole, that includes Mechagodzilla, and possibly even more. Accounting for crossovers, Showa King Ghidorah scales to monsters like Zeton, Baltan, and Ultraman from the Ultra series. These monsters display at least planet-level feats, if not solar system level. Now for his longest section so far, his hacks. His anatomy makes for quite the treat. He has energy absorption, anti-gravity generation, poison manipulation, extrasensory perception, madness manipulation, transmutation. He has radioactivity. He has sound manipulation, as his voice is loud. He has corrosive rust baths. He can crystallize water. He has poison scales. He has magnetism. He has gravity manipulation. He has gravity destruction with the gravity beams. His venom has a numbing effect when he bites into Anguirus. He can turn himself into fire, making him non-physical. Zone Fighter was able to break 2 of the necks of the weaker King Ghidorah, so it is likely that the real King Ghidorah could do the same thing. He of course also has wind manipulation through his hurricane winds. He can consume anything and turn it into pure energy. He can induce sleep. He can produce light, heat, and destroy matter. He is able to fight in all terrains: water, land, air, space. Resistances should account for radiation, because Godzilla blasts him with little effect. Poison, as Anguirus' spikes are highly venomous, and the second gen Ghidorah can take them just fine. Cellular destruction and electricity. Masers don't phase Ghidorah, despite being capable of destroying a target at the cellular level. He resists his own gravity beams, as mentioned for durability, which means he resists quite a few of the hacks listed earlier. He possibly has resistance to everything in the Showa era. Ghidorah should be the most feared creature in the entire universe. He has no weaknesses. A possible theory that may be a whole other video in itself discusses more possible hacks for King Ghidorah. This would include reactive evolution, biological manipulation, immortality, and disease manipulation. King Ghidorah should be at least planetary through solar system level, with ridiculous multipliers and insane durability to match. Several times his own attack potency at that. In terms of speed, he is at least the speed of light with his attacks, most likely massively faster than light plus, at up to billions of times the speed of light, with an insane arsenal of hacks abilities that make him a formidable foe for any inverse or Crossroads topic. And while most of these feats have not been seen on screen, with only a few glimpses into the true power of the King of Terror, it should be noted that attack potency accounts for a good number of these feats, as well as feats where he destroys things on a subatomic level or atomic level, meaning it would be very hard to actually depict these events, and quite ridiculous to demand that if it's not seen that it doesn't exist. It is possible to downscale Showa Ghidorah from the more powerful Heisei era. However, I think that best works for a Heisei video, of which I may be covering in the future. Thank you all for stopping by. Like and subscribe if you want. I also have a few other power scaling videos, nice video edits, and another plan for a versus matchup or two coming in the future. And who knows, maybe I'll cover more Showa monsters. Have a good day.